is a potential target for Al-Qaeda, and also that Europe perhaps is becoming more prominent one. I was wondering if you could elaborate on the potential threat to Japan.
First, it is essential that Iraqi security forces become the primary instrument of law and order. At the moment, they number about 36,000, and it may take up to 5 years for them to obtain the aptitude necessary to guarantee stability. Foreign troops assisting the coalition forces. Yes. All right. Christopher?
As far as... I don't think your question went quite as far as I thought it was going to go, but clearly there are not enough troops in Iraq for the task. And I think, as we indicated earlier on, it's a question of looking at numbers of troops in the round, and the big hope has been that indigenous forces would rise more quickly in numbers and become more capable more quickly, and that process has been slower, I think. Therefore, non-indigenous forces, coalition forces, have had to do more than perhaps was expected of them. So the short answer is no, there are not enough troops in Iraq, and I think that's recognized.
And whatnot. Can you address how credible those are, and what the status is of their missile program, and also if there's been any more credible information on the weaponization?
The alert level in the United States color-coded system was controversially raised to orange, the penultimate level, in summer of 2004 as the American presidential election drew ever nearer. Yet while the possible neglect of homeland security has become an issue in the American presidential campaigns, U.S. territory has generally become less vulnerable since 11 September. Attacks on U.S. troops in Iraq do not carry the same iconic and political weight as terrorist operations on Western soil, and accordingly Europe, where Islamic radicalization is on the rise and whose southern exposure makes it vulnerable to terrorist infiltration from the Middle East and North Africa, may now figure more prominently in jihadist targeting.
Program, if there's anything since your dossier. Also, one topic that wasn't discussed in the introduction is the Taiwan Straits. Again, China, a lot of reports.
But whatever approach the next U.S. administration takes, diplomatic efforts to disarm North Korea's existing nuclear capability or prevent Iran from obtaining one will be difficult. Motivations in Pyongyang and Tehran run deep, and the U.S. and its allies may not have sufficient instruments of enticement or coercion to achieve disarmament. In both cases, the threat of effective sanctions is difficult to realize, and military options are unappealing.
Developments in their missile production, some discussion by the Pentagon and debate about numbers, about how much missiles they're using, and also the attempt by Taiwan to